Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing this super glam look. I'm so excited to be back doing these really fun looks. This one is honestly chef's kiss, and let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm so excited for this one. Okay, jumping right in, I've got really moisturized skin. It is actually incredibly dry right now. I've recently started using tretinoin a couple times a week, and when they say like really keep it distant, like you really have to like space it out. I had been using it for like once every 3 days, and then I recently started doing it, or I was like, okay, maybe I can like up it, and I did it like once every 2 days, and my nose got so dry. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually only put it in the areas that I want to really target. I don't know. If you guys have advice, I would love to hear it. But I did start it because I'm having so many bad breakouts, and like this has already gotten so much better right now. It's because like I did some extractions a couple days ago, or 2 days ago, but this area was super textured. This one was not so bad, but basically all I've got on right now is some e.l.f. Holy Hydration Night Cream. I did the night cream instead of the regular one because I'm telling you, my nose was super flaky. I needed like all the extra hydration I could get. I'm gonna go with the R.e.m. Beauty Cooling Under Eye Balm. I think that's what it's called. I actually really enjoy this, but I only normally use this. It's kind of like hard to spread out, but I normally only really use this on days that I really want like flawless under eyes, and it is really cooling. But something I also really like is the Tula skincare. This is like more for like every day. My friend gave me this, and I really love it for every day, or even by itself. I feel like it's like a really good like little wake up boost. They feel the same on the under eyes. I'm also gonna go with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. They actually brought this back, you guys, so that's why I'm using it in today's video, because they actually should have it available again, which is fantastic. I've always really liked this one, and I love the scent, so I'm kind of really glad they brought it back. I think that's great. So I left my makeup, like my little travel kit, I left it in my boyfriend's car, and so I don't have it right now. And so I don't have my favorite brushes, so I will be using like my back stock of brushes, and hopefully, I mean, obviously like there's a ton of brushes here. I'm gonna find something that works. But yeah, I don't have like the products I've been like absolutely loving and like gravitating towards. Today I want to go with something really full coverage to mask all of this. That's like a really big deal. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Superstay. This is pretty drying, but I think it is a really great product. This is the Superstay by Maybelline. I have the shade 128 Warm Nude. I'm going in with this one because it is so full coverage. Also, you guys, I'm going in with a new sponge today because like I said, my other sponge and all my other stuff is in the car. But I wanted to shout out these sponges once again because lately I've been using, the one from Ariel that he came out with Morphe, but these are really great from Amazon. You get, I want to say like a 5-pack. Yeah, you get a 5-pack for $8, I believe it is. So these are really great. They're linked in my Amazon storefront, which is in my bio. So I'm going to go in with this, and I'm actually just going to go straight in with the sponge. Maybe this is too late. I don't know, do you guys think that's a little too light for me? I'm like the palest I've ever been right now. I feel like this is a really good shade for me. It's maybe just a shade too light. I think it always has been, which is why I don't gravitate towards it much. Okay, so what I've decided to do is use that and whatever's left of it as like a spot conceal, because that is a very full coverage foundation. So I'm covering up, and I pretty much have covered up my troubled areas, but I'm gonna go with this one. I actually really like this foundation so much more. It's even cheaper than that one. It's by Hard Candy Glamophlage. I've been loving this for so long now. I'm in the shade Olive. The reason I didn't go originally for this one is because I thought it would be too light, but I actually think it's gonna be a good shade because like the bottle says, my skin does pull kind of olive. And I think the other one is just a little bit too cool tone and a little bit too pale for even me right now. No, I pretty much only self-tan now. I had a really bad burn a couple years ago, and so I pretty much try to stay away from the sun. Oh, you know what else I got? Sorry, that's the ADHD brain, I swear. I got these little clippies. I've wanted them for years and I've never gotten them. And I finally was like, you know what? I'm gonna get some. And I'm kind of really glad I did. Although I will say I have to like pin my hair further back. Then like, I feel like some people put them like up here when they're filming, which is cute, but like reality, I kind of need my hair pinned like right around here because that's where my bangs really want to pop out at. Back to the story. Basically, I try not to like tan in a tanning bed just for like my skin. But then even like then I've been trying to be really cautious about like SPF and not being out like in too much sun and not just like laying out and tanning, because I did have that pretty bad burn. You guys can still kind of see the scar here. And when I tan, the scar also gets darker. So honestly, the best thing for me is just to tan with like a self tanner. If you guys want an updated self tanning routine, I will totally do that for you, because the one I have on my channel is pretty old. And honestly, I've gotten a lot more lax with the routine and I think it still looks fine. So yeah, also I've really been loving this self tanner. It was like viral on TikTok, but this is really, really, really good. One thing I will say is you do have to apply this with a mitt, but Beat Tan is one of my favorite self-tanning brands of like, they make so many really good like lotions and stuff like that too. So one of the reasons I really love this foundation is because it's really, really full coverage, but it's also like that glowy satin kind of finish. So I recently got this cream bronzer. I've really been loving cream bronzer. This is the Juvia's Place one in the color Caramel. I've only used it like once or twice, so I'm gonna use it today. Again, remember guys, I'm not using my regular brushes, so I'm gonna use this one by Morphe. It's the Y8 from like their Gilded collection forever ago. I wish it was a little bit more creamy, I will say, but it's super pigmented and I think it blends really well, and I think it's honestly the best one that I have been able to find at like Ulta and like at like drugstore prices. Juvia's Place is a little bit pricier, but their stuff is really, really good. I have their powder bronzer. I have this in the shade medium, and this is $18. It retails for $18, but you get two, and like I've had this for at least 6 months, and you guys, it really, really, really holds up in the sense that like it's so creamy, it feels like I haven't even made a dent in it, and I've used it quite a bit. This is my first time using this on like a full coverage makeup day, and I think I'm really gonna like this. I have been loving the Milk Makeup one for like ever now, but I don't think that Milk Makeup makes like that big chubby stick that I have anymore, so I've been looking for a replacement, and I think that this is gonna be it. I also want to mention to you guys why I like this more than the e.l.f. cream bronzers and like cream blush, and it's because with the e.l.f. ones, it's such a small, like, I don't think I have it with me anymore, but it's such a small like opening that a regular brush like this, I wouldn't be able to pat a ton of product into the brush, and that's one of the reasons I really like this, because it's a really compact packaging, but like you have enough surface area. I feel like that is a big win for me on this one. Also, I feel like I only talked about this a little bit, and I really love this, so I want to give it a shout out again. This is the Essence Baby Got Blush. This is like $3, $2, something like that. No, it's like $3 or $4. I don't know. It's like a peachy color, but I wanted to shout this out because I love the smell. It's like, honestly, this is like my everyday like throw in my bag kind of blush. Sometimes when I'm doing like barely any makeup or like anything at all, I'll just do cream, like, you know, my regular skincare, a little bit of something, and then pretty much the only face makeup I apply is cream blush and cream bronzer. And I love this one. I think it's so good. I think it's like the perfect little size. Okay, so now I'm gonna jump in with the Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer. I actually really need to pick up another e.l.f. Hydrating Camo, because I gave mine to my mom and I love that, but I gave it to her, so I need to go pick up another one. And because my makeup has, like I said, or my skin is very dry, today I'm gonna go in with the Hard Candy Chilling Powder, a loose sheer powder. And I really like it because I feel like it's not too drying on the skin. I feel like it absorbs really well. I feel like here you can really see like how fine it is. Like I've actually applied a ton of product, and even when I picked it up, it's very, very light on the powder puff. But again, my skin is just super dry, so I don't want to use a powder that's gonna overly dry anything. Pretty much is kind of where I'm at. So I got the One Size translucent powder. I've only used it a couple times, but I also want to get their setting spray, just some other stuff by them. But honestly, this is really good, but I still think the powder I've been like using a ton, and I think is like my ride or die, and it might always be at this point, is the Maybelline powder. Honestly, it's what I would be using today if I had my makeup bag with me. I just think it's so good. This one, let me tell you why I'm not the biggest fan. It like clumps up on the powder puff. I feel like I have to press it into my hand before I can use it on my skin. And I don't have to do that with the other one from Maybelline. While that one still gives me like a really nice set. This one is just like, I don't know why it does this. Still a really great powder. I love the formula. I really like using it. I just think if I had a, you know, if I'm being picky, which, hello, I guess I am. That's the one thing I don't really love about it. Now I'm going to dust all that away with a large powder brush. This one is from Morphe and Ariel with like his brush collection that he came out with. I'm going to go in now with the Juvia's Place bronzer. Again, mine is in the shade medium. They actually had this on sale recently at Ulta, so they definitely put these on sale sometimes. That's how I actually bought the cream bronzer from them, is because they had it on sale too. They had a lot of Juvia's Place on sale, so hopefully they do again for the holidays. But honestly, you guys, keep a lookout for Ulta and their sales. Get the app because you get so many good points and rewards, and you can always like find out about deals and stuff. So I love that Juvia's Place bronzer, but if I had to pick like one really good overall bronzer, the butter bronzer is one of them. And I say that because this one's really good on the face. I'm actually going to use this to bronze up and contour my nose. This is like my favorite powder to do my nose contour with. It's kind of annoying that obviously like I have to use two different powders, but I just feel like the Juvia's Place one is too orangey, and this one is like a really good neutral buttery powder that just doesn't lift things underneath. Like it doesn't lift the product underneath because it's so buttery. And then today for blush, I'm going to go in with the Glowing in Grease by BH Cosmetics. I haven't used this in a while. One of them actually broke on me, but I feel like this terracotta color in the shade Santorini is perfect for that. Also, my friend just got engaged in Greece. They're my friends, but her and her boyfriend. They got engaged in Greece, and I think I definitely just dipped into some of this Olympia gold shade because that looks a little shimmery, but oops. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited for her. She like even had her nails done like with like this really beautiful like Greek design, and that she got proposed to there, and it was beautiful. So I'm going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist Spray. This one is, I don't know what's different about it, but it says it's supercharged, and instead of like it's just like their set and mist, it says prep and set mist plus. So I'm going to try this one today. In fact, I might even go in with some of the e.l.f. Coconut Dewy Setting Mist Spray, but I don't like the sprayer on this. It just, there's part, like at the end, like the beginning of the mist is great, but the end of the mist is like really droplet-y. So, droplet-y, is that a word? But I am going to go in and like spray it on the back of my, in fact I might do it now and finish off with the other one. Spray it on the back of my sponge, because I'm telling you, it is really dewy and it's beautiful. And then I'm going to pat it on the little washcloth I had here. But before I highlight or anything, or really do anything else to my skin, this is a really great way if you have a setting spray that you love and want to use, but you don't like the applicator, like the spray on it. I'm just trying to make everything look a little bit less powdery, and I'm telling you guys, I really love this. I don't know if mine like is, what's the word, like is mine malfunctioned or something, but I don't like the sprayer on that. I just don't think it's very good. I feel like my makeup collection is in a bit of a rut and I need to get some new makeup. I haven't really been like, I've just kind of been on a no-buy for a while, unless it's like kind of essential products. And that is honestly because I just feel like I want to finish products that I have and that I do love, but I just feel like the makeup world got really, really oversaturated. And I mean, it has been, don't get me wrong, but like, unless I think that a product is going to be like life-changing, I really don't want to go out and like, or if I'm going to use it every day, I don't really want to go and spend the money on it, because I really am into the whole like de-influencing trend. So unless something is like, I think it's like truly worth your money and it's like an actual everyday staple of mine, I'm not just going to sit there, and I've never really been that way, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, I need to go get the latest thing. It needs to be this and this and this. And so even in my videos, I've always tried to be like, this is a similar thing. You can do this with what you already have at home, blah, blah, blah. Because I just don't think that it's necessary. Like, don't get me wrong, there are sometimes palettes that come out that I'm just like, wow, that's stunning. Like, must have. Honestly, the last palette that happened to me with, I'm going to show it to you, was this one by Tarte. I had never owned anything from Tarte, but when I saw the layout of this palette, I just think it's like such a beautiful fall palette. I think we're actually going to use it today for the eyes. Why not? Should I do a burgundy look? Like something with these? I've always been meaning to and I haven't yet, but I just feel like it is such a beautiful palette for fall, and I saw it last year and I was like, wow, that is worth the coin. So I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera. Okay, you guys, starting out with just cutting out the underside of my brow with some concealer, literally the same concealer that I used on my face. This is the brush that I used to do it, and I kind of just drag everything down. I like to make sure to use concealer so that I have a really good tacky base for everything, to all the eyeshadows to like apply onto really well.
And basically I'm just showing you guys here in real time how long it takes me to do this.
This palette has some softer transition shades in that color range. I just don't think it has very many soft transition shades in the like browns. It only has this one, and this one actually pretty dark. So I'm going to start off with the shade Lust. This palette is actually, the shades in here are so pigmented, you guys. So I'm just going to dust this on the crease. I used to do looks of this color palette all the time, especially when I started my channel. I was really into those like purples. But yeah, I'm going in like circular motions and windshield wiper, kind of combining the two. And I'm just throwing this all over the crease. I would love to know if you guys have a palette that is just like, it's your holy grail right now, because I have a few, but they're all like older launches, nothing new. I feel like definitely the makeup world right now is like about skin, lips, brow, anything but eyes. I just feel like eyeshadow palettes are not everybody's like bread and butter right now. Tell me if you guys think I'm wrong, because I would love to know.
Okay, so jumping in with the shade Moody, I'm going to apply this all in my crease to just deepen it up. This is a shade that honestly I found a little bit hard to blend. It looks pretty good on this eye, but on the other eye I felt like it was a little bit patchy and hard to blend. So just guys, be careful with those purples. Sometimes they are difficult to blend out. Just be patient with them. Next, I'm going to go in with this brown shade Alluring. It's one of the only like brown shades in the palette. And honestly, I'm applying this all on the outer V of the eye, keeping it low, but blending it upwards enough to give the outer corner of the eye a nice warm look. I don't want this to be too cool toned. And I am bringing this in a little bit to like the center of the eye, but mostly focusing it on the end. Okay, you guys, so with an angled brush, a really fine angled brush, I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of this About Face eye paint. These are a matte eye paint. They have a bunch of different colors. Honestly, the shimmer ones look beautiful. I have 3 different matte shades, but I'm taking this pink color and I'm using it to carve out, not even a cut crease because that's really not what this is, but it's like an elongation of the inner corner of the eye. It's more like just like a corner cut, if you will, and just being really precise and really patient. This is my first time attempting something like this where it's so elongated into the inner eye, so it took me some time to kind of figure out how I wanted to do this. I do end up going in with some concealer mixed in so that I can get it like kind of like brighter on the inner corner. But I definitely recommend just taking your time if you've never done this before and be patient with it, because I'm pretty good at what I do, but even this took me a little while to kind of figure out how I wanted to do it. Honestly, the biggest tip that I can give you guys here is use a good brush, but here you can see I mixed in some of my concealer and I'm using that to kind of like make it fade into the concealer that is already on my under eye and just make everything have like a seamless transition. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Intense. This is such a beautiful shade. It's like such a gorgeous shimmer that actually has some pretty large chunks of glitter, so I thought that was perfect. It's got like a really nice cranberry color while still being like pink and stuff. Then I'm going to go ahead and make sure to grab my fluffy brush and just try to diffuse those harsh edges. Here in a second I turn my head and you can see how like sharp those edges are before I blend them out. Then I'm going in with a flat brush to just get really close to where I had like kind of cut that crease because I couldn't do that with my finger. Next I'm going to go in with the shade On the Prowl. Basically this is just to give it dimension because this is a lighter kind of like champagne pinky shade. And I wanted kind of a really nice like ombre transition so that the inner corner of the eye is just super light and bright. Next, going in with my eyeliner. This is by Essence. It's like literally under $5. This is such a wonderful eyeliner, you guys. It's super matte, super black, and honestly just really easy to work with. Here I'm showing you guys me doing my eyeliner in real time because it's definitely one of those things that you just want to take your time with. And then for the inner corner, I'm actually going with my lash glue liner from Kiss. I noticed that when I use my black lash glue liner for like the inner corner of my eye, even if my eye waters, the eyeliner doesn't run. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Passion. This is just going to go right on the under part of my eye. I don't love personally putting pink eyeshadow on the bottom of my eye, so that's why I'm doing that. Now I'm going to go in with my faux mink lashes. These are from Kiss in the shade Jubilee. And my Kiss, this is my favorite lash glue, you guys. It's so good. Literally, my lashes stay on until I take them off. So good. It's waterproof, latex free. Like, I've used it so many times. Next, I'm going in with this glitter. I actually got this at Dragon Con last year. And jumping in with the NYX glitter glue. All this stuff is linked down below for you guys as well. And I'm patting on some of that glitter glue before going in with my glitter, just to make sure that everything really stays put. But I really like these glitters. They're great, and I have a couple shades. And then just popping on those lashes. I secure the center and then the outer two corners. Next, I'm going to go in with this NYX lipstick. I do love the way that this looks. I love the color. I wish honestly that I could just like have it as a nice matte, but matte, it's too matte and like kind of sticky. And then I think that the gloss, while it looks really pretty, I just don't love this product overall. I feel like the gloss is like really slippery. But I'm just going to go ahead and set my face with my Morphe spray. I want to talk about this fan, you guys. So I lost my other pink fan that I had. Look at that eye. Oh my god. But yeah, this fan. Love it so much. It's like a really good size. The one I had before that is in my previous videos, it holds a way longer charge than this one, I believe. But also this one is way smaller. Literally will fit in the back pocket. Look, it's smaller than my phone. So I will have this linked in my Amazon storefront as well, which is in my description. But this is the final look, you guys. Honestly, loved it. I was completely feeling myself. I feel like this would honestly be really great for like a special event.